welcome to James the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible. 4 different streaming services, 4 different competing shows. Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime. The Witcher Season 2, and 1 I guess, if you haven't seen it yet, on Netflix. Peacemaker on HBO Max. And last, and definitely least, The Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus. And, well, since I said it for last, we'll start with it. The Book of Boba Fett. Do not watch. Don't even hate watch it. At this point, don't even pirate it because you always see those stories of, Murder! This show was pirated this many times. Not give Disney the satisfaction of even hate watching this. It is bad. Do not watch it. Mandalorian? Good. Boba Fett? Bad. Do not watch. So, what's next? Well, Peacemaker, starring John Cena. This show is the sequel to the movie The Suicide Squad. But instead of the whole Suicide Squad, you got the one, the only, the Peacemaker. Miraculously, he survives. Yay! We saw that at the end of The Suicide Squad, which is also on HBO Max if you haven't seen it yet. I recommend go watch it. Anyways, gets out of the hospital. He's supposed to go back to prison. Or he goes back to work for the government under Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis still. One thing I'm wondering is, when they signed on her, when they signed on John Cena, when they signed on others, like, hey, we're going to give you multiple movies and TV shows and promotions and all this, sign here. Or did this TV show, or the sequel to The Suicide Squad, come from out of nowhere? Did Viola Davis go, alright, sure, I'll play Amanda Waller. I do pretty much look like her and sound like her, and I'm a badass like her. And oh, hey, we got a second movie coming out. Okay, I'll sign on for that. Hey, we have a TV show. Okay, I'll sign on for that. Was this planned out ahead of time? I don't think it was. Because The Suicide Squad and the show only work because of James Gunn. Without him, there is no sequel. There is no TV show. And this show drips with his touch. The soundtrack for this show is fantastic. Out of the 4 shows, this one has the best. Hands down, easily, the best soundtrack. Of course, that's what James Gunn is known for. Also, the show takes place in modern times, but there is such a heavy 80s vibe, 80s music, 80s styles, both clothes, hair, like it is just the 80s being inserted into the show. But it works. You get the crew that Amanda Waller had working for her come back in this, along with a new one. She's married, has 3 dogs, and she needs the money. Like, this is not her normal thing, but she needs the money. So, alright, I guess I'll help this Black Ops project. What are they doing? Going up against butterflies. Now, initially, he asked for a jetpack, because, hey, if I'm fighting Mothra, I'm going to need a jetpack. But it's explained, no, that's just the code name for what we're going after is butterfly, not actual butterflies, not Mothra. Which disappointed him a little bit. Some of the goofier stuff, his sidekick, or his pet, whatever you want to call it, Eagly, the eagle. 100% CGI. Obviously, you can't probably train an actual bald eagle. And it's probably illegal since they're federally protected. Just saying. So yeah, the eagle, like, anything with the eagle is kind of like, oh wow, look at the CGI. Like Twilight. Like, they did not spend money on the CGI for the eagle anyway. His dad was White Dragon. Racist, bigoted, sexist, piece of shit, supervillain. But he's retired. Yay! He makes the helmets for his son, Peacemaker. This one, no sonic boom. This one's a force field. This one has x-ray vision. This one gives you scabies. That's not a joke. But the one interaction that you have near the beginning with him, you just get all kinds of vibes. Like, is it merited? You have to watch the show to find out. I don't want to spoil too much, so I can't get into too many details. But out of all these, there's only 6 episodes. But they get a lot of action, comedy, more action, more comedy, which John Cena is fantastic in comedy. They get the puns, the one-liners that you're expecting from James Gunn. But unlike most DC stuff, you can see what's going on. Even at night. you can see what's going on. If this was your typical DC schlock of, all right, that night, no lights, what's going on? I don't know. I'm gonna get you when it needs CGI for anything because you just, oh, this is going on in the darkness, but you can't see it, guys. Terrible. Well, I'll wait to give my judgment for which one if you only can choose one for the end, but this is definitely worth watching if you have a lot of free time. If you don't, well, there's also other shows you can check out, like Jack Reacher. Not the Tom Cruise version, but a better version. The main character, Jack Reacher, is played by the same guy who played the middle linebacker in Blue Mountain State. He was fabulous in that, and he's even better in this. He's also more jacked. This zip tie comes from the scene of, why isn't he in handcuffs? They didn't fit, he's too big. He gets put in zip ties, they're uncomfortable, it's like, oh, can I get him released? After a while, oh yeah, sure, let's go get the box cutter. No need, just snaps him off. That was in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything really if you've seen the trailer. But it's a murder mystery. Jack Reacher, let's go by Reacher, shows up in a small Georgia town. You got the lovely folks, you got the peach pie at the diner, and you got bodies starting to stack up. Professional hitmen. In a small town like this, I wonder why. Well, that's the mystery. That's technically one reason why Reacher's there. The acting, I mean, this guy's a really good actor. I'm surprised I haven't seen him in more things. The action, there's a lot of it. He's former military, so the language gets a little harsh, although there's one character keeps saying, oh, you don't need to curse every time. You don't need to curse. Which I thought was pretty funny, like he's lampshading just how much everyone's cursing. There is sexual tension and sexual action between a couple characters. There's some nudity, so if you're not a fan of that, eh. But the storyline, it's like, I want to keep watching. I want to keep watching. I need to go to bed, but I need to keep watching this, find out what's going on. Who did this? Why did they do that? What's the overall mystery and the smaller stuff going on? There's a couple characters you learn to hate, which is, that's great acting. You can hate an actor's character because they're acting it out that well and the writing is that good to make you hate them. I mean, bravo. Like Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Jack Gleason, I think his name is. He was a kid. He was like 12, 13 years old. And you hated him. This show has a lot of that too, where you will learn to hate characters because it's just that good of acting. Being on Amazon Prime, I'm sure a lot of you people out there probably already have it. Not just for the shipping, not just for the music, but also for the TV shows and movies, like Jack Reacher. Based on the books, but I don't know if it's like, oh, I read this book, so I know how it ends, or if it's just, all right, here's the characters from Jack Reacher books, but we're going to put them in their own stories. Never read any of the books, so wouldn't know. Anyways, so if you have Amazon Prime, you have plenty of free time, check it out. If you can only choose one show, well, hold on, there's still one show left to check out. The Witcher, Season 2. Out of the 3 shows, this one has the most content to watch, because there's 2 seasons already. The other 2 are 1 season, and I think the Jack Reacher was 8 episodes, and then Peacemaker was 6, so if you want to watch more than half a day, check this show out. Action, off the charts. A lot of it, medieval style, with some flair with magic here and there and signs, as they call it for the Witchers. There's mystery. Why did they attack here? Who is behind that? This assassin came out of nowhere and killed this person. Why would they do that? Who hired them? There's a lot going on. One of my critiques of the show, especially for season 1, is to be like, oh, we need to go to this city. Episode ends. Next episode, oh, they're already there. It's like, okay, well, I guess they just jumped ahead. No, they jumped back 50 years ago. Like, wait, what? But they don't tell you that, oh, they went back in the past to explain why they're going to the city. Episode ends, next episode starts, and oh, hey, they're in the city. What happened to Yaskier? What? Okay, well, there's Geralt. Well, where's the others? I was like, oh, no, that happened 50 years ago, and that's why Geralt wants to go there, because he needs to get this thing that he left behind. Well, thanks for telling me. Also, another critique is the first season, it's like, oh, more episodes. Can't wait to watch the next one. Season 2, I don't know what happened or why, but it really dragged its feet. Each episode, same length as the season one ones, just seemed to go on forever. It just does. It goes nowhere. For the entire season, it feels like you're right back at step one. There's a couple offshoot episodes that were really good, in my opinion, but it's because they weren't part of the main storyline. They were just side stuff. I don't know how else to explain it other than it was just slow. What is it building up to? We don't know yet. We gotta wait for the next season. But one thing I'm worried about is if they don't explain it next season, we're never gonna know because Netflix is known for canceling shows that have 3 seasons. It's what they do. So hopefully, they either A, explain what's going on and have it all wrapped up by next season, or they got confirmed for more than one more season. If they didn't, we may never go with how slow they're going. But on the other hand, next season, oh, it's only 3 episodes. Yeah, but they got everything tied up in those 3 episodes. They did it so quickly. But it was done so quickly that's like, wait, what happened? But they were just, next scene, next scene, next scene. Feel like a Korean music video where it just cut, 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 cut. So you can't follow anything because they're just doing it so quickly. Hopefully they don't do that. But also, the next season is so goddamn slow and goes absolutely nowhere. I mean, the last couple episodes of season 2, I really had to slog my way through to finish them. But there's more content to watch. You may not feel that season 2 was as slow as I did. And again, the first season was so good too. It also helps that Henry Cavill, the guy who plays Geralt, is a huge nerd, has read the books. So when the writer's like, oh, we're going to put a Marvel quip in here. No, 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 no. That would not happen. Geralt would not say that during that situation. And they listen to him. One thing for an actor to say that and then not get listened to. Another for an actor to say that and for the director to go, all right, writer, get the fuck out of here. This guy knows the character better than you do. Just go. So yeah, like Henry Cavill's passion for the show, for the character, for the story is fantastic. But again, it just season 1, fantastic. Season 2 just went nowhere really, really slowly. And it's like, oh, this one major thing that happened at the beginning gets resolved at the end. But it's like, oh, I don't want to spoil it though. I better not spoil it. So yes. Out of the 4, which one should you watch if you can only watch one? Out of all these, you can only sit down and watch one. I'm going to have to go with Jack Reacher. I'm sure a lot of people have Netflix. Maybe not as many people have HBO Max. But Amazon Prime, a lot of people have it not just for the shows, but for the shipping, the special deals and sales, the music. A lot more people are going to have Amazon Prime. And being at 8 episodes long, gives you some content, but not too much. So you don't have to be like, well, there goes my entire weekend to sit down and do anything else. But it's also not, all right, well, that was great, but I want more. Peacemaker ends on a cliffhanger. Jack Reacher does not. So if there's never another season, like, okay, well, that sucks that there's not another season, but things were wrapped up. So you get a conclusion to your story. Which I really enjoy. I like there being a conclusion instead of, all right, we're going to end on a cliffhanger and hope we get another season. Anyways, if you guys have watched these, what do you think? What are your opinions? What show would you recommend to others? Not just from this list, but others. Let me know down below. And as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.